In this video, we're going to talk about getting rid of fungus gnats using predatory nematodes. Now, what you're looking at right here is a fungus gnat larva. It looks like a little worm, and you'll see this crawling around. If you're using rock wool especially, you can see these little buggers crawling around. They have little black dots on their heads. Now, that's the infant form, and what'll happen is they'll grow up and turn into these little black flies that you could probably see dead laying around. Now, to control these, we're going to use these predatory nematodes right here. And these things kill a lot of different pests, but what we're using them for is fungus gnats, right? They also kill shore flies, beetles, really any kind of larva. So these things are stored in a little sponge, and you can actually see them. They look like a little snot smear or something. They're very tiny and microscopic. So we're just going to take this little sponge, and we're going to rinse it in some water. And this is our reservoir water right here. We're just going to massage these little guys out of the sponge, and don't worry, they can withstand quite a bit of pressure, somewhere around like 300 psi, so you squeezing them and really getting them out of the sponge is not going to damage them. You can also apply them through a sprayer, and as we're going to do, apply them through our drip lines through a pump, right? So this is going to be all automated, watered in. So we're just going to get all of these guys off of this sponge into a little bit of water. And we're also going to make sure that we rinse the bag itself once we're done. So we'll just take this sponge, pour, squeeze it all out, pour all of our concentrate into about a gallon of water, and get it a little bit mixed up. Now we're also going to rinse this bag out to make sure that we get all the nematodes out, because the more the better. Now what these nematodes are going to do, they're basically going to get watered into our rock wool. This also works with soil, soilless mix, any growing medium really. We're just going to kind of water them in, and what's going to happen is they are going to go inside of those little larvae that you saw in the beginning. So those little larvae that turn into adult fungus gnats, those are going to have the nematodes crawl inside of them, and then the nematodes breed inside of them and basically explode them from the inside and kill them. So if you can kill all the larvae, they won't turn into adults, and it essentially breaks the life cycle. So we're just going to toss the sponge into our reservoir just in case there's any more nematodes left in there. We're going to do a final rinse of this bag, and we are good to go there. If you are getting these nematodes from the store and you need to store them for a little while, just make sure that you keep them in the refrigerator, right? Because that'll keep them alive for longer. And they need to stay in aerated water as well. If you put them in stagnant water, that's no good. So what I'm doing here is I'm just taking a spray bottle, and I'm going to get a little bit of this nematode concentrate ready to go, and I'm just going to go ahead and spray it on the tops of all of the plants, and you'll see how I do that in just a second here. So we'll set this aside. I'm going to dump the nematode concentrate with those 1 million nematodes directly into our reservoir, and the pumps and the drip lines that we have are basically going to feed those nematodes into the growing medium through the drip lines, and they're going to disperse throughout there and start killing these fungus gnat larvae within the next day or two here. They usually take about 24 to 48 hours to kind of migrate into those little buggers. So we'll squeeze this out. We're good to go here. Then I'm going to take my spray bottle, and I'm just going to go to each of these plants and manually spray them on the top, as you can see right here. So I got a little angled spray bottle. I'm just going to spray them on the top to make sure that we have some even coverage, because we do have some algae, and that is what those fungus gnat larvae will feed on. So I'm going to go ahead and just get a nice even coat all over these plants. And I'm going to do this individually to each and every plant, and just ensure that I've got completely even coverage, because as you can see, each of the drip stakes only goes into one little spot, so the nematodes won't necessarily get distributed evenly if I don't spray. So that's why I'm just spraying these here. And you can just spray these on. They're fine to be sprayed on. They'll kind of go in and start doing their work. Now, once you have applied these nematodes, they will start to break the life cycle of the fungus gnats, and hopefully you won't see any more fungus gnats after a week or so. Once again, thanks for watching, and if you liked our video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. You can subscribe and never miss a video update from us again by clicking the click here to subscribe button on the screen.